Hello, everyone. This is American Idioms, part 144. This is part 144 in my American Idiom series, and like the others, I'll present 5 idioms to you numbered 716 to 720. But first, I'll give you a chance to guess their meanings. Then I'll give you the answers, along with an additional example for each new idiom. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 716, hopscotch over something. And the example is the president hopscotched over his environmental policy in the debate last night. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is B, to bypass, avoid, or quickly move past something. Now, the word hopscotch comes from the game that children play. There's squares on the ground and they hop to each square in the game. So it's like they avoid something. In this case, the same idea. You're hopping over something and or skipping something or bypassing something, like in the debate last night in our example. The president hopscotched over. He avoided. He jumped over this issue or policy. All right? Like our next example. The new virus is deadly because it is able to hopscotch over some of our immune defenses. In this case, this virus, this new virus, right, had the ability to jump over or avoid or to bypass something. In this case, it's our immune defenses against the virus. Okay, now for number 717, follow suit. And the example is after the successful superhero movie made by the movie studio, other movie studios followed suit, but they were not as successful as them. What do you think the answer is? The answer is to do the same thing as others, especially by following their example. They, like in our example, after one movie studio was successful with their superhero movie, the other movie studios followed suit. They did the same thing as the first movie studio, okay? But they weren't successful, right? They copied them, okay? They did the same thing. They followed suit. Like our next example. I ordered a porterhouse steak at the restaurant last night, and my wife was very happy that she followed suit because it was delicious. So, this person's wife followed suit and did the same thing as her husband. That is, she ordered the same thing, a porterhouse steak, and she was happy that she followed suit. All right, now for number 718, buck the system. And the example is many students in my class were suspended when they bucked the system by ignoring the school's dress code. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is C, to rebel against, avoid, or break the rules. This is what it means if you buck the system, you rebel against something. In our example, the students in this person's class rebelled against the school's dress code. right? They broke the rules. They probably wore something that wasn't in the code, okay? And they got suspended for that. All right? So if you buck the system, that's what you mean. You're like a rebel. Let's look at another example. My friend Mike is a true rebel, and he's always looking for ways to buck the system, especially when he has to pay his income tax. Well, in this case, Mike here is a rebel. He tries to break the rules, right? He wants to buck the system anytime that he can, and especially when he has to pay his income tax, which means he's cheating on his income tax. He's bucking the system. Got it? Now for number 719, to be canceled. And the example is she was canceled because she wrote controversial statements on her social media account. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is A, to face public boycotts or loss of support due to one's objectionable actions or opinions. This is what it means if you're canceled, okay? If you do something, or even if you write something that is objectionable, a company that supports you can actually boycott you or you will lose support from them. They'll take you off of, let's say, a social media platform. Like in our example, the person here made a controversial statement and she was boycotted or she lost the support of the social media account that she had. Okay. In this case, she was canceled, we say, right? They usually take you right off of the platform. This is very, very common today. Here's another example. After the scandal, he was canceled by all of the movie studios in Hollywood. Again, he was canceled, meaning that he lost the support of the movie studios in Hollywood, which probably means that they won't ask him to do any more pictures or whatever job that he had in Hollywood. They would no longer support him. All right. So we use the word canceled today. You'll hear it a lot. And now for our final idiom, number 720, a rap sheet. And the example is the police officer checked the suspect's rap sheet and found many previous arrests. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is B, a list of a person's criminal history. That's what a rap sheet is. What did they do criminally? Okay. But what crimes did they commit? That's what a rap sheet is. Like in our example, the police officer here checked this suspect's criminal history or the person's rap sheet. And in this case, the suspect had a long or a big rap sheet with many arrests. Here's another example. My friend Tony had a long rap sheet and he feared that it would hurt his chances at getting that new job he was applying for. Okay, so Tony here had a long criminal history. Okay, so his rap sheet, and we infer it's a long rap sheet, meaning that there were many crimes on this list of his crimes. So he was afraid that it would hurt him when he was applying for this new job, which it probably would hurt him. Okay, got it? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, and please like and share the video to keep the channel going. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.